where the head of the table, the tribal chief, defending his undisputed Universal WWE Championship against kind of hometown guy, Drew McIntyre. Bro, Scotland is 8 fucking hours from where they were. Okay, I googled it. It's
okay.
8
It's
hours.
still UK.
Sure, but I like this. Why? Because you actually had a babyface because he was from the hometown and everybody was behind him. You know what I mean? And the great thing is that Roman works to the crowd so well nowadays that him being a heel, because keep in mind, to us, he's not a heel because he gets a pop, he gets cheered. But being somewhere else where it's not in the United States, like literally they were booing him. Like they hated him. Bro, there were signs saying like, if Roman wins, we riot. We haven't seen those since whenever they had the Rumble in Philly and he won the Rumble.
Yeah, well, but that was go away heat. This is actual heat.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I saw him in Mania,
which is great.
The
which
Rumble,
which he needs it.
here.
He needs it, bro. He's a heel. Like, he's not supposed to be.
People generally hate him.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, they only hated him only because Drew McIntyre, it was home turf. That's the only reason. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was set up that way.
Well, yes. So. Yeah. But it was great, man. Honestly, you already know I'm able to talk a lot just because that's my boy. It was great. It was a great match. Honestly, probably the best main event that they've had like this year, I will say. The way the storytelling through wrestling was also great, because they were just fighting, man, for like, this match went over 30 minutes.
I think so. Either it was like at least 25 minutes at the very least.
All I know is, bro, they put everything that they had into it. And then on top of that, you still, throughout the match, didn't know who the fuck was going to win.
No.
Usos were not there. Paul Heyman was not there. Whenever A-Town, Austin Theory, out of nowhere, he just comes out. He's about to cash in. And then Tyson Fury just completely steals him, bro. He stole this man. I
wish it would have been Karrion Kross to a certain extent.
Yeah, but Karrion Kross did his thing. You know what I mean? And he distracted Drew McIntyre. Because they're pretty much saying like, hey, we want Karrion Kross to have beef with Drew McIntyre. That's gonna be next. And that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
That's why he was stalking him a couple of weeks ago.
Correct.
So it makes sense.
So then, whenever Tyson Fury comes out and knocks out Austin Theory, was great. So then at that point, you just don't even know what the fuck who's gonna win, bro. I legit thought that he was about to lose whenever, like, part of me thought that he was gonna lose before the referee got pulled out, and the referee got pulled out by. Did we call it or not? Did we fucking call it or not? By Solo Sikoa, the third brother from the Usos, the youngest brother. And it was great, bro. He's part of the bloodline, which we've been wanting to be part of the bloodline. We predicted that he was gonna get called up soon. Man, it was a great moment, dude. I cheered so loud that at work somebody came to the back and was like, "Yo, you good, bro?"
Stop.
Yeah. Like, it was great, man.
Hey, like I told you earlier today, that's how you know we're wrestling nerds, because we're talking about the brother of two guys that are in the main show. He's in developmental, and we pop for that.
Yeah, bro.
So that's how you know we really like the product and we enjoy it.
Yeah, like it like, dude, whenever he came out, I completely lost it. And everybody in the front row was like, who the fuck is this?
The people in the front row, just like in any other sport, are the ones that get the free tickets because they have money. So they don't watch the product. They don't care. They don't give a shit.
Bro, like, dude, and then having them walk away together, it was great. Especially like kind of like having them not cheer too much with each other. It was more like kind of like, hey, you actually acknowledge me. You know what I mean? Like, you're part of the bloodline now. And
it did look a little weird though. It gave me some Jay vibes in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, but it's normal. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, it's Solo. He's literally getting called up to be pretty much right now in his wrestling career, like in WWE, probably his biggest moment up to date. I will have to say, his biggest moment up to date.
He's never had a bigger moment than that.
Yeah, bro. So then, of course, I mean, like, he looked a little bit nervous, like walking up the ramp and then looking around, like, especially,
which was smarter than putting him in a hoodie too, because you didn't want him just looking around like even though it did work as a costume.
Yeah,
but you didn't want him looking like a weirdo, like, where do I stand, or what the fuck do I do?
Correct.
He's hiding behind this thing.
Correct. And then whenever they looked at each other, and then Roman kind of like, you know what I mean, he played it off. It was great. He has the same intensity as Jey Uso.
Yeah. Like I told you, he's a mix between both of them.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Jay. That's basically what he is.
Yeah, you're not wrong, bro. And whenever Roman, whenever Tyson Fury got in the ring, bro.
Yeah.
I thought it was about to go down. I thought Tyson Fury was about to swing on Roman. But then whenever they shook hands, it was kind of like that champion and champion respect.
I was confused.
No, it was more like a mutual respect type thing. Like, you know what I mean? That's what happened. And on top of that, whenever you think about it, it was more like Tyson Fury talked to both of them throughout the night or whatever. And whenever you think about it, it's like, hey, I helped out Drew for not letting him cashing in, and I helped out Roman for not letting him cashing in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, Tyson respect both of them. And I really like that, to be honest with you. The crazier thing would have been if Tyson would have just straight up, like, whenever he's picking up Drew McIntyre, he would have just, like, knocked him out. And, bro, like, the crowd would have just turned, bro. But then it would have taken away from the moment of, like, Roman winning.
Yeah, you don't want Tyson Fury that involved that much in the whole thing. Yeah, I think that would have really sucked. But but the other thing is, where does this leave Drew? Because, and this is the part where I'm kind of fighting against myself to a certain extent. If there was one moment that was sorry.
By the way, guys, this man is fighting with COVID.
Yeah, I'm still getting over, but hey, we're the ones. So
yeah,
we're gonna make it through. Hopefully, in a couple of days, we should be all right.
Facts.
All right, so like I was saying, it seems like they almost they built Drew up. They had this perfect setting to somebody beat Roman. Right? It looks good. It doesn't make Roman look weak. And it seems like they kind of threw it away.
I don't
like you literally had the chance to have this bigger than life babyface, and WWE's always been a big babyface territory. You know, we've known that for years. This is the first time we've had the number one guy be a heel for an extended period of time. So you had that chance, especially in front of the hometown or wherever, UK, blah blah blah. The pop would have been absolutely amazing. The visual would have been awesome, and then that gives you the opportunity to kind of start splitting of the. You know, you could split the titles, do a lot more things. Now you kind of booked yourself into a corner. And granted, I do like Roman as champion more than Drew, but looking at it from a bigger picture standpoint, you have a lot more options with Drew. Drew's not this unbeatable guy or anything like that, like Roman.
Well,
you could just have
Drew hold it for a couple of months.
Drew hold it for a couple of months. You split the titles, and then Roman. If Rock's coming back, well, then he doesn't need it. But if Rock's not coming back, then you give him one of the titles, the Universal title, and treat it kind of like what you did with Brock. But then you at least need one title running around. Now you have Roman. When's the next time he's going to fight? I don't know.
After Extreme Rules, because he's not scheduled for Extreme Rules.
Yeah, so then we're talking about what
per
at least
his
some
contract, by the way.
which it's cool and everything, and I don't blame him for doing it. There's no hate. Actually, I would do the same exact thing. But what am I going to do? Have a no champion in the federation or anything? It's not cool. Like, we have nobody there. So now we're supposed to see Roman as this god figure, whatever it is. But how long will that last till people start turning on him that they're like, oh, this is boring already?
So
and he starts getting the negative go away heat instead of the actual good heat that he's getting right now.
So I'm gonna agree I'm gonna agree with you and disagree with you to a certain extent. I am gonna disagree with what you said about. Okay, I'm gonna agree that it would have been, wrestling wise, it would have been a great moment for Drew to win, and it would have been, yes, like you said, the visual, the craziest visual, kind of like a WrestleMania moment, right? But keep in mind, this is not WrestleMania. Like, you get those type of visuals whenever it's either WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. They're not gonna do Clash at the Castle next year. This was kind of like a special edition. Let's see how this goes, type thing.
What if they do?
Well, if they do, don't get me wrong. Like, if they do, then that's great. You know what I mean? But right now, as of today, they're not gonna. They don't have that. They don't have Clash at the Castle again. So that's one thing. And then number two is that the way that I see it is, you truly, after this match, you truly got Roman Reigns heat. You truly did. Because a lot of people didn't, like 60,000 plus were booing him. He is getting the heel heat that he's supposed to get. Like, technically, he's not supposed to be getting cheered, bro, because he's a heel. But he's that good. Like, it's just that good. Like, everything that's going on is that good. So, like, to me, he needed this. I think he needed this win to get more heat on what he should be having.
See, the only thing I disagree in the sense that he needs it or not, I disagree. I don't think he really needed. I don't think he really needed this win per se. But also, it almost feels like, and obviously comparing it to NBA because it's what I know the most of, other than wrestling. It's like kind of like whenever you have like a super overpowered team, like when you had Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors, and then you have the refs. They're calling everything for them and everything. It's like, what's the purpose of even watching the game?
I mean,
at that point, you don't care. So and that's why people start shutting off the TV because they're not vulnerable. You know, they're not going to win.
Yeah, but
they're not going to get beat. So why even bother?
But that's the difference. That's the difference with this show. I get what you're saying. I get that. I truly do. But going into the show, you were arguing with me the night before that Drew McIntyre was going to win. On the internet, no. But
I didn't say that he was going to win.
You said that you had a feeling. You had a feeling that he was going to win.
Yeah, because I was concerned. Because it almost seemed like it was like, oh shit.
But bro, on paper, everybody thought that Roman was going to lose. It's at home for Drew McIntyre. The visuals, like you said, and he's had it for over 2 years. On paper, it looked like that. It was not. This was not. I predicted that he was going to win because I'm a fan of him and like I like what the product that we're getting from it. But on paper, you didn't see that. Oh my God, like Roman Reigns is going to win. Like this is so easily to predict that he's going to win it. Even guys from different podcasts from wrestling thought that Roman was going to be dropping the title yesterday. Well,
yeah, most people did.
Yeah,
most people did. Like literally, and that's why.
So that's
I was sexy. You're even late because everything kind of changed. But
that's why I liked it because it was unpredictable.
Yeah, but it was only because Roman, the vast majority of the times when he wins, it's not clean. We knew he didn't have Paul Heyman there. We knew he didn't have the Usos. So maybe Solo, and that's why when we had the prediction that Solo was going to come in and help out, that made a little bit of sense. But in the end of the day, if it would have been like a clean win by Roman, it's a lot different than a win this way, which It wasn't a clean win. So, and that's the part that kind of either you have him win and just win out, or why does everything always? It
Bro,
doesn't make
he's a
Roman look that strong
fucking
either.
heel, bro.
I know,
What do
but it
you
doesn't.
want from him? You literally
but-
want him to just like, bro. You do realize that Drew McIntyre is, I guess, the number one babyface, even though in over here, this man gets crowd mixed reactions. Like there's moments whenever this man doesn't even get a pop.
Well, as of late, he has been getting some good pops.
Well,
like at least the last month or so, at least of the buildup of this thing, it's worked.
It has
good.
been okay. The last show he did get a pop, but other times he has not. Like there's times that he simply doesn't.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, they're building him up, and it's also not necessarily his fault because they've kind of, jerked him around too. Like it hasn't been like a constant thing where, hey, we're gonna make you this big baby face, because it seems like they build him, they bring him back down, they build him, they bring him back down. So it seems like they really don't know if they want to make him the face of the company or not.
I don't think
this is already like the third time. I don't think it's going to work anymore
because he doesn't. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. Like we said whenever we started talking, Drew McIntyre was probably going to hold the title for a couple of months. That's all he can do.
Yeah, like Biggie type deal.
Yeah, like there's no like he just simply has the looks, has some like the in-ring somewhat, you know what I mean? He's not a Daniel Bryan type guy. You know, no. Yeah. He's not a like a in-ring general is what I mean. No. But like he's just a guy that yes, he could replace your champion if your champion was hurt. Like Roman said, he's like the best number 2 guy. That's it.
Which is true, but then so I think your biggest babyface
point proven
right now would be no, shut up. I'm not trying to disprove anything. Done. I'm trying to figure out something out. Shut up. Shut up. If you want, we can debate if you want to for real.
We'll keep it for a different video.
No, but the thing is with I think your biggest babyface is Roman anyways. But that's a whole nother story. He's the guy that could be your guy. The only problem is you can't really make him the number 1 guy now in the future because he's not going to be around. So who's your John Cena? That's a big question.
Yeah, you have a point. But we'll see.
It's hard. Like right now,
you know who could carry the company? Believe it or not.
Dominic?
Come on, man.
Who?
Believe it or not. He's already in the bloodline.
I mean, Jimmy or Jay?
Jey Uso could do what Roman is doing.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, I think so.
He's great. I love Jay. He's my favorite of the Usos, and you know it. But I don't think, and he proved himself that he could do a lot better. Is he better than I thought he was before the whole bloodline thing? Absolutely. Is he good enough to be the number 1 guy in the company? That's a whole nother level, bro.
I think he can do it.
A whole nother level. Do you think he's
why?
As good
why?
as Roman?
Why wouldn't he? Just tell me.
Well, first of all, there's a few things. One, it's unfortunately it's the look is one thing. It's not as he's not Roman. He's not
what he's not fucking he's not tall.
That's one. He's not that big.
He's fucking 6 foot, bro.
Guy. He's not the other guys, and he's doesn't have, and he's not a ringmaster like Daniel Bryan.
Are you dead ass, bro? Like nobody is.
Bro, Daniel Bryan is eons better.
Yes, but I'm saying like right now nobody's a fucking ringmaster in WWE besides Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins.
Escucha, coño. What I'm saying is that you have to be either or. Either you have to be this big guy with a great look, or you have to be this insane, crazy ringmaster to be able to do something.
The reason why I'm going to disagree with you,
and that's how it's happened. What?
Is because the way that they're going with, it's not going to be that way in the future of WWE. Once Roman Reigns retires, Drew McIntyre, he only going to have 2 to 3 more years. Because he's already getting up there in age. Then he's gonna become a part timer, just like not a part timer, but he's gonna have a quote
Lighter
unquote
schedule.
light schedule, right? Seth Rollins, he's in the same boat, bro. This man is a father.
Yeah, they're all getting older.
They're all
at
getting
least in their
older.
mid
He's a
30s.
father. So right now, your future, call on call, I mean quote unquote, right now is Braun Breaker.
He's
The
one, maybe.
Braun Breaker,
Maybe.
and he's only 6 foot. So he's the
Yeah.
only guy. So then you're gonna have
It all depends who you put around him, though.
then the other guy is gonna be Gunther. But what? You're just gonna have Gunther.
He's a bad guy.
Gunther, you're just gonna have him pull a Roman Reigns and have the titles for 3 decades. I mean, 3 years.
No,
No,
that's
no.
not gonna work. No.
I'm telling you, I personally think that Jey Uso could pull it off, even though he's not that old, but he's not that young. He can definitely pull it off. I think he could hold the Universal title for a couple of months, or probably to be honest with you, almost a year. I think he can, especially like with the way that the wrestling future is looking like. I think he can.
But
He got the mic skills, and he can wrestle. Because I know he's not a Daniel Bryan, but
great.
nobody has to be a fucking Daniel Bryan.
No, I know what I'm saying is I was saying either or. At least either you're gonna have a great look or you're gonna be a great in the ring.
He has the look,
not necessarily. He's not that big,
bro. You sound like Vince McMahon right now,
bro. I'm just saying by what I've seen happen through the years.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying because what I think is going to happen in the future, because I don't fucking know.
The reason why
I'm just telling you based on what's happened in the past. To get Daniel Bryan to be there, it legit was a pain in the ass to get him to win.
Tell me
why? Because he didn't have the look or whatever.
Tell me,
he literally didn't want him to be there.
Okay, so tell me right now. This is gonna be so because we're putting this in the last 2 years or whatever, last 2 to 3 years. Because Jey Uso, we've always seen him in a tag team until the beginning of Roman Reigns' title reign.
Yeah.
Who did Roman Reigns have the best storyline with?
Oh, it started with Jey, and that's why I was shocked.
So no, but you're not. Are you? Is that the answer to my question? Who had?
What does that have to do with it?
Answer the question first.
He made Jey. That's basically it,
bro.
Roman made Jey.
Can't. Okay, so I'm not gonna disagree about that because technically,
if it would have been Jimmy, if it would have been the other way around, it would have been Jimmy.
But bro, Jimmy would have. No. Jimmy doesn't. Jimmy doesn't have the looks, bro. On top of that, compared to Jey Uso, he literally looks like he works out even more than Jimmy.
Oh, I like Jey better, and you know it too.
Yeah, but Jey, at least you get both sides. You get the you could get the babyface side, and then you can also get the mean, ruthless side heel.
Yeah, or the tweener. Either way. But my argument with the whole thing is, then again, yes, he can have the title. He can have the title for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever. But he's not your next guy. I'm talking about looking for that next big star. Like, who's going to be the one to carry the company for the next 5-6 years?
Maybe
that's the problem. It's hard.
No,
like honestly, I don't know.
You know why? Because maybe they're not looking for a guy that's going to carry the company for the next couple of years after Roman Reigns or after whoever it is. Because Cody Rhodes is technically old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, but that wasn't even though technically before Roman really, apparently we're not in the office, even though we do get calls from Triple H once in a while, but apparently they didn't want to have like a guy after John Cena. It was just going to be WWE. That's why they were always pushing WWE. And then Roman came up, and it's almost undeniable. You can't hold him back. There's only so much you can do to keep this guy from not being the guy.
Yeah, I mean,
and not taking over. Plus the fact, el cabrón no es que tengo una pala, tira un tigre con The Rock. Because you know it's going to be like, hey, if you don't help me out, I'm just going to call my cousin Dwayne and he'll make sure shit happens.
Yeah.
So either in WWE or in Hollywood. So that's the thing. I don't think they really had any plans of having anybody be the main guy. but we've seen them whenever they've had the most success ever. They've always had one guy kind of carry the company all the time. It had been, with Hogan, Stone Cold, all these guys. And yes, the Attitude Era was the best because everybody had something to do. Like we spoke in the last episode, everybody was doing something. But I think they have to find somebody that they could put on their T-shirt. At the end of the day, somebody that kids, because in the end of the day, the people that spend the most money are kids. That's why WWE's always been focused on kids. You can't because they bro.
Man,
Hey, bro, there's a big difference between you going to a show by yourself or going to a show with your kid, buying 2 T-shirts, buying 2 things of popcorn.
First of all, I'm not buying any T-shirts from whenever I go and watch it because they're gonna charge me $40 for the shirt compared to if I go to the shop.
Because you're Puerto Rican and we're cheap, we're gonna buy them on eBay.
You're right, man. I may make the shirt. But anyway,
said Roman Reigns,
correct,
or something like that.
But yeah, man, that was our takes on it. That was our takes on the Roman Reigns future. What we think. Well, kind of like the present.
It's a little hazy.
Yeah, and definitely our thoughts on what happened at Clash at the Castle. Because it was great, man. It was great. This pay-per-view was probably one of the best pay-per-views, kind of, out of the rest of them from this year. Even though SummerSlam was pretty good. So
yeah, SummerSlam was great.
Yeah,
but the other thing, I like the time was perfect. It wasn't too long, not too short. Because it's like right now, I think AEW is still going, and I think they started like at 5:00 today. They have like 14 matches, bro.
What the fuck? Why?
Yeah. So,
anyways,
yeah, we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah. But anyways, bro, take it away. Rant. Take it away.
All right, guys. So as always, thank you again for watching us here at Elsampler. That was JJ. This is Javi. Just remember to like, subscribe. Peace.